options to turn on the audio. It's still off now, but I think it's on now, so I'm gonna check the stream. Yep, okay, so the audio's on this time. So welcome back everyone for ARC Austria today, season 1 still, round number 11 it is. We're joined here by Evan Dalton.
Hello. And it is a wet race, so something nice to look forward to. Of course, we have the 3-part qualifying. I believe quality 3 is actually in the wet as well. Obviously, yep. Yes, it is. So it's going to be an interesting one to find out and see how the drivers cope in the dry and the wet conditions. Because obviously, you could be really quick in the wet, but you still have to get into Q3 in the dry. So it's going to be interesting for sure.
So I've just told everyone to ready up, so we should be readying up soon. There's a few reserve drivers, I believe. That is Charlie MG filling in for Henk Peter. Then we've got Yuri filling in for Bolin, who won the previous 3 races. And then, oh, that was it basically. Yeah, already.
So, yeah, we have no Bolin here. Of course, Bolin absolutely dominated in France when the 2 Red Bulls didn't finish the race. And also seen some good performances from Legend in France. I imagine he'll be on the pace, as always, again this week. And, of course, Austria, it is a bit of a shorter track, meaning the pace advantage for Mercedes, it's not as big, but of course it is still big enough, and the Ferrari powered cars still, once again, will lose time on the straights, so the pain for the Ferrari powered drivers, it's not over yet, and it's not going to be over for another little while, I imagine.
Yeah, so just waiting for everyone to ready up at the moment, and apparently some drivers need to select their tires for some reason, although, okay, well, there we go already. So yeah, do you have any predictions as to who will be out in Q1? As it's still a dry track at the moment, as we know. Evan?
Sorry, my microphone was muted, so that's my idiot job done for today. I think out in Q1 we will, of course, see the Williams out of Nick and Mike. They haven't really been doing much to push the car out of Q1 this season, but a shot could be there. I also think we could see TRT Toppy Team and TRT Calvin maybe out as well. And another person you might be shocking me to say this, Felix 1 doesn't have great pace in the dry right here, has a good pace in the wet, but he'll be pushing just to get out of Q1 as well.
Yeah, he said multiple times in the Discord that he wasn't quite on the pace this weekend as he was in the races before, such as France and Canada. So yeah, indeed, we might see AlphaTauri struggle as well. They don't have a good straight line speed, and that's quite important here, I'd say. So we could see him out.
Yeah, and another team, Haas, under new management. Yes, they've been taken on by Carson. So, as I don't know what happened, as we see them both coming out of the garage in unison. It's going to be interesting to see, do Haas keep these 2 drivers? I imagine they will, because they're both actually quite good drivers. They have been on the brink of points in most races, or if not scoring points. So they'll be pushing to get out of Q1 today and challenge to get into Q3, although I don't think they'll quite make it. First person to start a lap is Nick Pankhurst.
No, it's the AlphaTauri in front. I think it's X Felix 1 or Sandy.
It is. Yeah. Yes, it is X Felix 1. He hasn't validated that lap, however. Nick Pankhurst then, purple in sector 1, but of course that's not going to stay for very long. The DRS activated and short shifting up to 6th gear with a yellow flag already. I think that's just somebody slowing down. I don't think anybody is out of the session this early. As, we didn't see any crashes in qualifying last week, I don't believe. Nobody making too many mistakes. We've seen a lot of spins, but we didn't see any DNFs as Nick Pankhurst logging a break as they come into the 2nd sector and now out of the 2nd sector into the 3rd sector. Some drivers describe these two.
Look at the amount of cars in sector 3.
Oh wow, yes, we can see a lot
this
of traffic.
This could be a problem as that is a William Mercedes.
Oh, Ismail parked on the apex. That has ruined this lap for Nick Pankhurst, and that wasn't looking to be too shabby of a lap as well, so that lap will be not quick. As we can see VEO Bow now, he's coming through the 3rd sector, sorry. It's nice and clear for the Ferrari man. It was him and his teammate Dart FIFA having a decent race last week until Thomas did get a puncture. So it is fastest for the Ferrari, a 1:04.1. I think that one can be beaten, although I'm not really sure what that pace of the Ferrari is like. As we can see some of the heavy hitters now from the set laps. VRT Benjamin, he's coming through the last sector. I'm sorry for overcutting you there, Felix.
Yeah, so I think it was quite good as Benjamin invalidates his lap.
Good.
I think his lap was quite good, to be honest. It seemed pretty good in the final sector. I don't know how much time he could gain still.
Yeah, he's only 5/10 behind Legend, so that is quite a good lap from Bo. Sam D slots himself into P number 3. Promise I was not trying to rhyme that, but that is a 1:04.0 for Sam D. The Renault of FEL Magic Alonso just ahead of the McLaren of Ashy Boy, who has decided he's going to go for a 2nd lap on this set of soft tyres. Of course, they can just rip these softs to bits. They're not really saving them for anything in the race. Still a lot of drivers to set a time here.
Top team spins into the wall. I've just caught that on stream. I think he was on an out. Is he on an out lap? Probably an in lap.
No, he's on an in lap.
Yeah.
As he's nearly blocked the Renault of Charlie. I think he got out of the way quite well, however. So we can see what lap the debutant in the Renault sets. He's coming around the final 2 corners. You don't want to invalidate on these 2 exits. They're very difficult to keep the car at the circuit, but let's see what the Renault can set. It's going to be a 1:04.4. That's very, very close to his teammate.
Yeah, I think that's quite good, to be honest, on your debut.
That is not bad at all. Felix 1 is starting his lap, and then TOT Calvin, he's heading into the pits. But everybody else on out laps or invalidated laps.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Felix 1 on a lap, I think.
Yeah, he is. He did start his lap. He's heading down the back straight at the top of the hill. You can see what his 2nd sector time is as he's starting to near the end of it now. Of course, it is a very short track here, and what would the pole time be around here? Because of course, we know drivers like VRT Benjamin can set 1:02.1s in equal cars, but what would the pole time here in the realistic cars be?
I think a 2.5, unless Legend can do a 2.4 or 3.
So very quick pole times as VRT Benjamin sits the quickest time so far with 1:03.0. Felix invalidated that lap, so registered time won't be set as we see the racing point as in the last 2 winners' car. It's not the last 2 winners though, it is Yuri replacing Olin for this one, although Yuri is still a very quick driver, so I can't imagine there'll be a drop in results with the reserve slot. As he has a nice slipstream from VRT Benjamin into the 2nd sector. They're well into the 2nd sector, sorry, I've got that wrong at least 3 times. Now, somebody has shot up the standings. I don't know who it was.
Sam D, probably? No.
Now, to start FIFA, he has slotted into 9th, I believe, as Wushel slots himself into 6th. Let's see where this lap puts Yuri. All runs wide on the apex, and that lap won't have a registered time, as his teammate is purple in Sector 1.
Yeah, I think a 15.7. I think Karen did. I think that's quite good. So it looks set to get a great lap in Q1 now. As someone asked me this just a few moments ago on the rules regarding the pit entry and exit, and as Karen didn't invalidate.
Yeah, made a big mistake there.
Okay, there we go. Still invalidate it, but yeah, the drivers, I've allowed them to push the pit lane entry, so they can just cross the white line if they want. It's a bit difficult to monitor all the drivers who enter the pit lane, so, and we know they're gonna stop quite a bit, so yeah, we've got to check with them.
Yes.
So many entries, it will be impossible, I guess.
Yes, so that is the rules clarified on the pit entry. Of course, the pit entry here, if you take it officially, it is much slower, and as a racing driver, you want to be as fast as possible, and I'm sure everybody watching knows that. As we TOT Calvin, he's currently the foot of the standings, but I imagine he'll be improving on that as he's coming through. Sorry, he's not even on the lap. His ERS is turned down. His teammate, however, is pushing. Alex Bomberg had a good qualifying last week, making it into Q2. He did set a lap in Q2, but he did make it, as his teammate is now on the apex and has nearly blocked him. That's team orders at its finest right there, as Alex Bomberg slots in 13th, and I imagine he can improve on that time easily. As Karem goes 4th, and Yuri has gone 5th, 2 racing points, both with very good laps. That leaves the drop zone so far to be Mike Henning, Nick Vankers, TRT Calvin, Ismail and X-Felix1, who both haven't set laps yet.
As Ismail is now on a lap, I think. Is he on all the fresh softs? I hope fresh. Yeah, it's fresh.
Yeah, he is on a lap, and Ismail's Q1 consistency really is not great. He's always invalidating or leaving it to the last minute. It's either one or the other, so let's hope if we can see if he can get a lap in here. He has a little bit of a slipstream from the McLaren in front. That is the McLaren of Wushel, who is on an in-lap, I believe, or could be still pushing on an old set of tyres. We'll have to wait and see as Alex Bomber pulls to the left-hand side. Through turn number 6, I believe. That's probably well wrong.
Yeah,
and
this 7 and this one's 8. So you had it right.
I did actually have it right. I've shocked myself with that.
There are so many cars in the next sector.
Yeah, the traffic is crazy here, but they have all pushed their way into the pits. This is a nice lap from Ismail. Where will this put him? He'll put him 4th position with 103.6. That lap can easily be improved on, I'm sure.
I think the next one might be Benjamin.
Yeah, Ben starts his lap now. We see some more drivers who are in the lower end of the standings currently on laps. One of them is Jackson. He's improving by 3/10.
And yeah, I'll go on board with Jackson through the penultimate, then the final corner. Quite not enough confidence on the steering. That is just about P15, and he is in the danger zone at the moment as he invalidates his next lap. So he'll come in this lap and then he'll do probably another run on the tires. Yeah, then he'll do another run.
Yeah, no, I think that's what he'll do. As still one driver to set a lap, that is X-Felix1, who is on a lap at the moment. His first sector was a 16.2, so not too bad. It could be quicker, but it's not too bad for the AlphaTauri. He'll just be looking to make it into Q2 at this point. Just get a lap in and make it in, and you can sort out the rest of it there. He's coming into the 3rd sector. What does this sector look like? It is a 50... He's already crossed the border, so it's just my bad. No, he's actually heading into the pits.
Ooh.
So that's a strange one. He was
Yeah,
3/10 up this time as Benjamin is on another lap. Looks like he's just getting used to the track surface. And Bo he's on an in lap, I think. He's 3/10 down. His teammate, however, he's actually down to 14th, although he is up by 3/10 of a second. So we'll want to get well clear of the drop zone. In the start people, 114. It's going to cross the line. It's going to be a 1:04.8. It's only one position ahead of where he was. It's still a quite dangerous position for Dart FIFA. He'll want to push again as Mike Henning is going to start a lap. The Williams driver and his teammate behind him, Nick Pancras, we've seen him, his lap get interrupted, the first lap, by Ismail. Will there be an investigation after the race maybe on that one? Or is it just Austria traffic?
I think honestly the Mercedes could have gotten out of the way. He was in that position before all the other cars came there, so he could have moved out of the way, definitely. And depending on what the driver who got impeded by Ismail, he can choose whether or not he wants to report it, so that's not really up to me. So I guess we'll see.
And that's really unfortunate for the AlphaTauri driver, Sam D. He was 2/10 up and then validated on the last corner. So that's unfortunate, as Ben has set a 1:02.8. I've completely missed that one, but it's a 1:02.8 for the Red Bullman. That's quite a great lap in Q1. Of course, the nature of qualifying is Q2 will be quicker. Q3 won't be quicker here, as we are going to be getting some light rain spells.
I don't quite know what Calvin did there. Check the stream real quick. He went on the grass for some reason just before the start finish, just before the finish line.
That's quite odd from Calvin. He is the slowest driver who has set a time, so he needs to hurry up would be what he needs to know. As that is actually a great question in the stream chat.
Yeah,
People are on wet setups. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I forgot about it as well. I just assumed everyone was... Well, I think everyone is probably on a wet setup.
Yeah, the thing to note is that's actually VRD Benjamin's brother who is commenting that. So I take it Ben is on a wet setup then.
I'm gonna check Ismail's straight line speed. It's not fast, I think. Well, I think you get into the 325s in Austria, but Ismail doesn't do that.
Yeah, I think so. So he's on a wet setup, definitely.
Yeah, he's not using ERS and such now, but...
Alright, so we need to probably go with somebody who is currently setting that. Felix 1 is one of them people. He needs to set a time this lap, or else he will be out of the session. He will have time for more, but it won't be as good as a fresh new slick set of softs. Braking for turn number 3. Wants to get a good exit here. Short shifts to third gear, DRS activated. This isn't too bad so far for Felix 1. He's on a great run of momentum, with scoring 2 top 5 finishes in Canada and France for the AlphaTauri team. He wants to see can he keep up that momentum. He doesn't think he can, but the wet race will throw some spanners into the works, as he's kept this one clean so far. This could be just about enough for Felix 1 to find himself a way into Q number 2 in the last sector.
Corner. And he does invalidate. That's going to be for the next lap as well. I hope for him he has enough fuel.
Felix.
Yeah, he's going to save fuel now.
Yeah, 8th gear and lean mix around the rest of that lap is what he needs now, as we can see some more lower runner drivers. Alex Bomberg's currently down by 2 seconds. He's going to have to get back around, as this might be the drop zone confirmed for the time being. We really need to see, can the Alfa Romeos and the AlphaTauri improve on this lap, as Jackson is also on a lap. Somebody in the comments saying Charlie will surprise people, which let's see, can he live up to that bold prediction? And people saying Thomas 8/10 behind his teammate. Yes, Thomas is 8/10 behind his teammate. It's It's not been a great run of momentum for Dart FIFA, has it?
No, I think you could have expected better. I mean, he did quite well in the Renault, but it just seems like he's not really comfortable in that Ferrari. So yeah, I don't know. It seems quite odd to me.
He's enjoying his time at the team. I know that he does like the people around surrounding him in the team. Of course, team boss Costas and teammate Bo. But yeah, the run of momentum hasn't been great as Alex Bomberg is up by just short of a tenth of a second. Although there's not really much to gain in the first sector if you did nail turn number 1. Let's see, what X Felix 1 is setting. He needs to get the lap in here. This will be his last attempt, otherwise he's out of the session. He was on a good lap the last time, he just needs to keep that last corner clean. So into the second sector, down past turn number 5, and into turn number 6 he goes.
Seems to be clean so far. He steers in quite early there, for some reason, but...
I think it's a very cautious lap, to be honest. The time to beat is a 1:05.4. As somebody has improved, it's TRT Calvin. He has gone 15th. So that might be good enough if Felix can't keep this lap together. Let's see, where will I put X Felix 1? It would have been P13 and into qualifying number 2. That's a great lap. Let's see what Jackson is setting. He's a tenth of a second up. As that won't be enough. What could Jackson do? It'll only be P17 for Jackson. So that is qualifying 1 over. In the Red Bull ring, X Felix 1 just about managing to scrape his way through.
Yeah, so I think that qualifying session was quite good, especially at the end with X Felix 1. The pressure was real high, and I think he performed quite well. He did a solid lap. It wasn't too aggressive because, well, if he was too aggressive, he could have gone in invalidation very easy. So yeah, the pressure is a real thing while league racing. You've just got to manage it. And so the drivers out in Q1 are TRT Isaac, Jackson, Mike Henning, Alex Bomberg, and Nick Pancras. Kind of the teams that you'd expect to not reach Q2.
Normally it is either one of the Alfa Romeos or one of the Haas's breaking through. In this occasion, it is Toppy team. As people are saying, is Thomas the real Vettel from 2020? That's not even a half bad question here, because Thomas is a good bit behind Bo. Is it a case of he doesn't like the car, or is Bo just a quicker driver?
Well, I mean, Bo's pretty quick, but so is Thomas. And I like the Ferrari car quite well, but maybe Thomas doesn't. So
yeah, it's not a bad car. It's just really in straight line speed that it lacks, to be honest. As the clouds are getting very dark over the Red Bull ring here in Styria. It's of course we do know it's going to be wet for quali 3. But it's getting very dull here, so we might see a drop off in times maybe, because the track surface won't be as good. It could be starting to get a little bit greasy. So it's going to be an interesting session as we see a lot of cars piling out of the garage. What's the possibility of a wet end to this session?
I don't know. I'm actually gonna ask the question now in the Discord. But I don't think it will, because we had a similar situation in Baku where it only fell in Q3 and it started only in Q3.
So another thing to note here is we don't get the interesting part in Quali 2, finding out what strategies people will go for. As it is a wet race, so there won't be much strategy. It'll either be intermediates or it will be soft. No, it won't be softs. It definitely won't be softs. It'll be either intermediates or wet tyres. Meaning everybody in Quali 2 will stick on a set of soft compound tyres, as the two Renaults are running quite close to each other. Imagine they'll be starting to back off a bit, although they do have very similar pace. There's a yellow flag in sector number 3, although I believe that it's just one of the random ones Codemasters like to hand out. It could just be slow traffic as well, as there's a side-by-side moment between Dark FIFA and Toppy Team. That was interesting, not interesting to say the least, as Steve hasn't validated his lap, and so was Charlie. So the two Renaults quite close to each other, also too close to the track limits, seemingly, as Tim Wentic is now currently on a lap. The first man who will cross the line is going to be Karem, of course. It was a 1-2 for Racing Point last week, with Bolan taking the first place spot and Karem taking the second, as Ashy Boy, I believe, he's made a mistake here. He's going very slow in the second sector.
As Karam is about to end his lap, there he goes across the start-finish line. It's a 3.4. I think that's quite good. I think it's better than his previous time.
Yeah, I think it is. That's a good lap from Karem. So it does show us that the lap time is not dropping off. It's not dropping
Ismail
off
and Legend both
Benjamin is going to be
invalidated.
next to set a time. It's a 1:02.9 for the Red Bull. That's slower, I believe, than his Q01 time. Speaking of Benjamin, I can't tell if this is just a joke in the comments, but seemingly he's forgot to pick a wet setup.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible, I guess. But it's...
Felix 1 is not waiting as long as he did the last time. He has he's set a lap. It is a 1:04.8. It's instantly beaten by Wushel, who has improved by 0.8 of a second.
And also Sam D, who's just ahead of Wushel now.
Oh yes, that's very close between the Octaries and the McLarens. The battle for best of the rest is on. Of course, Racing Point are not classed as a midfield runner in this league. They are extremely quick drivers who put themselves at the order, as Legend with a 1:03.2. That's
Ismail spun round at
Ismail's
sector 2.
Why is that getting too familiar?
No clue, but
Karem's actually retired from the session.
Oh no, did he? Oh, I think
he's
thought
he's
he
retired
sounded
himself, but is it not a bit early?
I think he.
I'm sure he will be fine.
Maybe it's maybe it's gonna rain already. Maybe
Could
they've seen
be,
drops.
so this
I
is going
don't
to be
see
important for Ismail and Steve to get laps in. Everybody else has. The current drop zone is X3X1 TRT Toppy Team, Dark FIFA, Ismail, and FPL Magic Alonso, who he's in the garage. He needs to get back out on track if it is raining. So does Ismail. Mercedes would probably sack Ismail on the spot if he managed to get knocked out in Q2. Although I don't think they would, because they have signed him for next season. So
Yeah, I don't think they will.
But he needs to get out of Q2. He's in a Mercedes. It's the quickest car on the grid. As it doesn't look to be raining. Although on this game, it could look sky dry for us, and it could be snow conditions for them. That's just the way this game is. It's not great, but here we go then. And this is going to get interesting. And whoever's camera I was on there's definitely droplets.
I think. Did you see the rain? Oh yeah, I can see it as well. Well,
yes, if you're on board with Steve, you can see it on his halo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can see.
So this is going to be important, because lap times won't be improving that much. So if you have to push to get a good time in here, because as soon as it starts raining, of course, the track it gets worse, and the lap times don't improve. And for anyone asking why I quoted snow, I was trying to make a very terrible joke. It didn't work. As Benjamin's backing up Steve, this isn't great here. Ben, he's the quickest on track. He doesn't need to set a lap. Steve, however, does need to set a lap, and so does Ismail. And Ismail's only in the second sector on his out lap, meaning he isn't going to get great conditions at all. That spin has cost him somewhat here. Let's see what FPL Magic Alonso's first sector. It's a 16.2, so it's still not bad.
It's about 5/10 of what you want in a Mercedes then, or Red Bull.
As
As he
he's
gets
actually getting a
slipstream.
beautiful slipstream by Benjamin here. Ben chucks out of the way as that is one of the Hasses off at the top of the hill. It was not Terry, sorry, it was the Terry of Sam D, who was just letting these through. Where can FEL Magic Alonso put this lap? It's a purple sector too. I don't think that is true, but the game is telling us it is a purple sector too, as the AlphaTauri of Sam D is off again in the middle sector. He was on an out lap, so he might just be letting people through. Where can FEL Magic Alonso put this time? He needs a 104.6. It is not going to be enough. It's a 105.4. It's not enough for the Renault, and he's most likely going to be knocked out in Q2 and be beaten by his reserve driver teammate. Unless two drivers can improve who are in that drop zone. Let's see what
Felix
lap
one.
Ismail's
Oh
currently
no,
doing.
he spins it round.
Oh, he spun. That's unfortunate for Felix, as that lap did look to be good enough to get him out of the drop zone. What can Ismail set? He's got on the traction better than Felix 1. It's
Just
P9
about.
only.
There he goes.
If we do see some improvement from Dart FIFA, he's currently 3/10 up. Yeah, no, I get the feeling that lap won't be beaten by for Ismail.
As Magic Alonso is now still on a lap, I'm not
he's
sure
pushing.
if he can
wasn't up in
improve.
the second sector, but he's still gonna push this one to the end, and that's it, gone. Well, if you Magic Alonso, I can't see him improving, as it's all gonna come down to the race for him to try crawl back into the
Ismail
top
almost
10.
crashed. He hit the wall, and there's a piece of his front wing lying there. So if he had broken his wheel, one of his wheels, then he would not have gone to Q3.
No, he wouldn't have, and I'm going to be honest, I probably would have laughed. Because
Yeah, I
If
mean
you
it's
crash
quite
on it,
comical
if
to reach Q2 under a pressure of, and then yeah.
yeah, if you crash on an in-lap after managing to crawl your way into Q3, it's embarrassing, but now it's going to be 5 minutes and 45 seconds of zero track action, unless of course everybody retires in the pits, which is exactly what they should do, because nobody's improving.
Yeah, I hope they just retire.
Yeah, so do I.
There was a
we still
few-
have Magic Alonso going around the track. Why don't you give us some donuts, Steve? Because the tyres won't be needed. Oh, he's out of fuel anyways.
Oh yeah, he can't do that then.
That's unfortunate, as he's inching his way back to the pits in fourth gear. And we actually might see some drivers maybe go out a set of inters to test the conditions, possibly.
It could be, but I think you're gonna have to use 2 sets of inters in the race.
Tim
And then,
Wenting's actually out on a set of
Yeah.
softs.
so you only have 3 sets of inters. So you're basically gonna be pushing on 1 set of inters in qualifying, which could be interesting. As Tim Wenting is
of
gonna
course.
outlap.
The thing with conditions, people prefer to do the standard and just set a lap, come in fresh set of tyres and go out again. And some people just prefer to chuck a load of fuel in the car and just go around doing laps. As just why
Tim
is
Wenting,
Tim on a
don't
lap
crash,
on a set of
you'll-
softs?
Oh,
This could end
why is he
very badly
driving?
for
Oh
Tim.
my goodness! If he crashes, then I nearly got a heart attack from that.
I think he's trying to tease us here. Genuinely do, because and that's going to be the end of that for Tim. I don't think he's going to try that one again, because that's quite embarrassing, as Thomas and Steve are coming out in a set of inters now, so they are going to try practicing the conditions.
I think he heard it on stream.
Or
was
maybe
hearing.
it's because I'm his team boss.
Oh yeah, I mean that as well.
No, I didn't actually tell Steve, but he is watching the stream.
I would tell him
As,
to
Tim is
stay
still
on this
on the
set
lap
of.
here.
Tell him to stay on this set of inters for the next qualifying session.
I'm sure he heard
Okay,
that one. I
well-
don't think you're going to be...
What? He's warming
No,
the
if you're gonna
tires up
race-
for for next qualifying session. Oh.
Well, if we magically hear Felix has received a ban for the next FEL race, we all know why. Tim is still on the lap. The DRS has been disabled and Tim is still pushing on a set of softs.
Yeah, I don't know. It's invalidated.
In the words of Sergio Perez, he's not too clever, this guy. I don't think he realises what the consequences could be if he crashes out here. Of course, for Thomas and Steve, it doesn't matter. They're not making it into Q3 anyways.
Oh, okay, well. There's some people. Ashy Boy's gone out as well. Tarfifa's gone out. And Magic Alonso's coming.
So, we would be in Q3 now, if they didn't decide that they wanted to do every practices. Tim has just short shifted up to 8th gear.
This is quite interesting tactic.
Yeah, this really is. If he's practicing locking the brakes, then he's doing a good job at that, as he's nearly spun. Tim showcasing how not to drive right now.
Oh, maybe he's trying to drift.
Maybe he is. He's
Formula drift. Oh wow, what? Damn. What a drift. Do it again. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Bad. Go for it again, Tim. I'm enjoying this now.
That's
Imagine
pretty
if
cool,
Max
to be
Verstappen
honest.
decided in the middle of qualifying he wanted to go out and do some drifting. I think he'd be sacked.
Wow, look at
Drifted through
that.
last corner.
Come on, another one.
That
Oh,
one's
can
not
you
gonna
keep it?
work.
No.
That would have looked pretty cool if he could.
Imagine if Ashy Boy smashed into him.
If he did, that would have just been funny because it wouldn't have taken Ashy Boy out. It just would have killed Tim.
Yeah, true. Tim is still going.
So Tim's still going.
So are
Well, Ashy
Ashy
Boy's
Boy and
getting
Dark
some
FIFA.
genuine intermediate practice here. So is Thomas. Tim
Oh,
is just
but
drifting.
Tommy and Ashy Boy, they don't have to do Q3, so it's not illogical that they want to test the good conditions, because they won't drive these conditions in the next qualifying session.
Tim's doing some donuts here. No, he's not. He's just trying to get the car forward. Never mind.
First gear for extra
Thomas,
rotation.
hey. Thomas he's fishtailing it down the straight. I know we're in the Red Bull ring and there's the Red Bull Drift team, but I didn't think we were going to get a showcase here
As,
on ARC.
Dark FIFA went wide. Where's Tim? Don't straight line him. Okay, well.
As qualifying is over, Tim is in first gear. He's going to try drifting again.
Yep. Is Thomas as well?
The risk he's taking here is actually unbelievable because he could just spin off into a wall. The walls aren't that far away from the track. Well, they are on the outside there, but he could spin off into the midfield. Who even knows what he's doing at this point?
Only Tim can know. It's just interesting.
Somebody said it's the 1 gear challenge.
As Thomas overshot the pit entry.
TRT.
No,
Jerome
Tim is
Muller
doing
saying
another.
you should replace F2 for ARC drift.
Yes, I agree.
I'd commentate on that actually. I would love that. That would be amazing. As Tim has decided, we can move on to quali 3.
We're just waiting on Dark FIFA to be completely in the pits, and then we can move on to Q3.
As a comment there saying we'll see Ben drop down the order, because Ben is running a dry setup, not a wet one.
Yeah, I really believe that Ben's not on a wet setup.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Maybe it's a hybrid.
Yeah, it might be. As the people out of qualifying 2 are Ashy Boy, X-Felix 1, TRT Toppy Team, Dart FIFA, and FEL Magic Alonso. And it was boring but interesting at the same time. There was no trophy to see who gets into quali 3 action, but there was some nice Tim being an idiot nearly ruining his race by drifting action.
Yeah, wait, Boudewijn, can you ask your brother if he's on a hybrid setup? Thank you.
According to him, Ben is on the toilet right now.
Oh.
Which is not what... Yeah, we didn't need to hear that, but...
Well, I wish him the best of luck. I guess.
I've nearly spit out my drink with that. It's Bolan actually saying you don't need a wet setup in this track. That ruins our conversation topics.
Oh shit, well... Damn it. Well, I've seen Tim also say that wet setups don't really matter. So, it could be true, but who knows.
That's the same guy who decided he wanted to go drifting in the middle of the session now, so...
Yeah, true.
So, here we are, qualifying number 3. First man out on track is Sam D. In the AlphaTauri. He qualifies his teammate for the first time in a few weeks now. Felix won on a great run of form. The second man out on track is the reserve Renault driver of Charlie MG, who has nearly hit the pit wall. Oh, that was close. That one got me a bit panicky. And then we do have the Ferrari of Bo again. Sorry, we have the Mercedes, the Visma. And let us know in the comments who you think is going to get pole here, because if Ben is genuinely running a full dry time trial setup, I don't think he will snatch pole. But
yeah, I don't know.
If he is running a hybrid setup, as you said, he's in with a good shout.
I mean, it would make sense because there's...
Krebs nearly hit his teammate. Sorry for overcutting that one, but that startled me. Krem nearly punted Yuri at turn number 5 or 4. I think it's 5. No, it's 4. It's 4.
It was 4.
Yes. So here we go. Starting the lap off is Sam D in the AlphaTauri as he heads up towards the hill. It is, of course, a purple Sector 1 as he's the first man out on track. As we can see the glowing orange brake discs of the AlphaTauri. There's something satisfying about watching cars drive in the wet. It's really a mix of skill and precision. Because, of course, you want to take the dry line, but you also need to keep the tyres cool. Not so much for quali, that's more for the race, but of course still matters a slight touch into the second sector, or what is mainly known as the second sector. It is 2 double left-handers and then a right. You want to stay off the curb there, as that will throw you off in these wet conditions. Here comes Sam D. We know he's a quick driver. What is he like in the wet? Around the Red Bull ring, into sector 3. Penultimate corner and into the final corner. Gets a good exit. That corner is very used to seeing spinning cars. It's a 112.5 Sam D, which is instantly beaten by Charlie MG. And then
there goes Ismail.
Ismail sets 111.6.
Then we've got the
Here's
Ferrari
Bo as well. He beats the Renault with a 112.1. So, not bad for Bo, not bad at all, as Karem actually goes 5th with a 112.7. As Legend goes fastest, which at this point can only be described as to be expected.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, it would make sense, yeah. I mean, he's in the best car at, and I think he's just quite quick in the rain also.
He is. He's a very nice all-round driver. As what is Tim Wentick on? He's on a validated lap, so drifting skills didn't serve him well. As he's gonna go again, and so is his teammate. Of course, the two Red Bulls didn't even finish last week after very good qualifying.
Yeah, I think they qualified P2 and 3, so that
yeah,
was
I think it was
quite good.
So I think it was 2 and 4 because Ismail was third, I believe.
Oh yeah,
and
2 and 4, yeah.
And then of course Legend started from the back of the grid, and they probably would have battled for the win in the later stages of the race if they didn't both have multiple spins. Of course, Tim had won at turn 1 and Ben had 2 after the chicane. Ben is on his lap, so is Tim. Let's see what the two Red Bulls go. 7 minutes and 10 seconds approximately to go in qualifying number 3 for the Red Bull Ring. It's a full wet race, remember. If you're just joining us now, we will be seeing the wet weather here. Is it inters or full wets?
What do you mean?
For the race.
Oh, for the race, it's light rain, and then heavy rain.
Okay, so we might be seeing a mix of the both.
Yeah.
As Ben has Tim invalidated his lap through the penultimate corner. Ben is just in the second sector now, as Yuri has gone 8th, so the racing point of Yuri really not looking strong in these wet conditions as he's battling with the car there. Karem is gone 3rd, but he is very slow, and he might have interrupted his teammate's lap. He's definitely interrupted Ben's lap, because Ben has backed out of it. So we start to see some traffic now in the 3rd sector.
I'm not sure if he... wait. Oh, that was... yeah, pretty bad lap, I'd say. I guess that's an... not an invalidation, but you lost at least a second there, I think. As Tim is about to finish his lap. Coming through the final corner.
Where can this lap put Tim Wentick? It's P number 2, so not bad from Tim. 1:11.4. It's a good few tenths of Legend, but it is not a bad lap at all, considering he was on 3 lap old intermediates. It's nearly 5 tenths of Legend, as the top 4 are all within the second, so that just shows how big the gaps are.
And I believe Karam is the next one to set a lap time. Is currently almost 1 second behind, and that is on the limit.
Ooh, big slide from Karem. Well, sorry, it could have been a big slide. He caught it very well through the last corner. Will this put Karem on? It's a 10th improvement. It isn't a positional improvement. His teammate is just about to cross the line. No, he's gone into the pits. The majority of people have gone into the pits now.
Maybe they're putting on a new set of inters. I guess it is possible. I don't think Austria...
Sector 2 for Ismail. As he's coming down towards the last 2 corners on the track. He doesn't want it to validate here. Keeps it nice and steady. The car is it's very planted to the floor. This isn't a bad lap for Ismail. It's not going to be pole. It will be second position, however. A 1:11.2, and they are edging to closer into the 110s.
At the moment,
Legend has found himself in.
At the moment,
sorry, Sam D has gone 6th.
So yeah, at the moment, as it stands, Mercedes will only get their 3rd ever front row lockout. They've not succeeded in doing so in the past, I don't know how many races, so it will be great to see them in a 1-2.
I think it could be since Bahrain.
Yeah, I honestly think so as well. Because
I
Vietnam, they
know they
didn't.
definitely got one in Australia.
Yeah.
And I know Ismail definitely started second in Bahrain. And of course, Legend was just dominant at the start of the season. He isn't as dominant now as Benjamin is in a quicker car. And Bolan, of course, has magically appeared out of nowhere.
Who's on a lap?
But
No one.
3 minutes to go. Legend has just started a lap. Although I don't think anybody else is on a competitive time. Ismail into the pits, Tim is in the pits, Bo is out of the pits, so is Wushel, who we haven't talked about much, and so is Yuri. Yuri at the foot of the standings in the racing point. He's going to want to improve that spot.
Legend is also on a lap. He just did the a purple sector one. Coming into turn 4. Slightly wide.
Ismail was very quick in sector 2 and 3. So let's see what Legend is like. I imagine he'll be really quick as well. It's not purple, but it is an improvement. So of course an improvement on your own time when you're at the top is just a quicker lap for everyone else to beat. Into the final sector, braking lovely. That Mercedes, is so nice through those last 2 corners. Obviously no DRS to activate. It is improvement by 2 tenths of a second. So a 1:10.7 for everyone else to beat. Unless somebody can pull something magical, I don't think that is being beaten. As there's some more people on laps now. Oh, there's an AlphaTauri spinning. It is Sam D, as he's the only one. He is spun. And he won't be interrupting Yuri, as Yuri is, he's out. He's on an invalidated lap.
I think this might be the last lap for Benjamin, as he has the red fuel indicator on the bottom right. He is currently going purple, according to the game. We know it's glitched sometimes in sector 2.
Here comes VRT Benjamin. Around the final corner, where will it put him? It will keep him in second position. It is an improvement by nearly 2 tenths of a second. But he's the red fuel indicator, as you said. He won't be improving. Where will this lap go, Royd? It is 3 tenths of a second nearly through the second sector. It will keep him in 6th. He's lost a lot of time through that final corner. Is there anybody else coming towards to finish a lap? Tim Wentic has started one, so is Ismail. And so has Legend. They're all in the first sector. Karem is in the middle sector, as there is a yellow flag somewhere. It's the 2 Red Bulls. As Ben giving Tim a bit of a slipstream. Tim was purple in the first sector, actually, so the 2 Red Bulls doing a very, very nice job indeed. Charlie MG coming towards the line to finish his qualifying. Where would it put him? It's going to keep him in 8th spot. He will have one more go, as he has got across before the timer is out. Next man to cross the line.
Invalidated.
It's going to be
Yuri's invalidated.
It's going to be Karem.
Oh.
It's going to be Karem. He's nearly up by a tenth of a second. This won't put him anywhere, but can he get a good exit? No, he can't. 5th position. He did get a good exit, sorry, but it's not good enough. Tim Wentic is up by 6 tenths of a second. I thought he invalidated there, but he didn't. Needs a good exit at the final corner. Yes, he's got it. He's had a huge slide. Where will Tim Wentic go? 2nd position for the Red Bull. He could have got pole there if he had got a better exit out of that corner. Benjamin is holding up the Mercedes of Ismail. So where will Ismail go? It's a spin in the final corner, and he's out of the session. And that has completely messed up his teammate. And Ismail, once again, he's not done things the easy way. He has, although I think that could have partially been Ben's fault. As he was blocking. As the only man left to set a competitive time is Yuri, because Charlie MG's on an invalidated lap. So is Yuri. That is the end of qualifying, and it is pole position for Legend in Austria.
That was, I think it was quite entertaining. At first it seemed like, as Yuri's doing some donuts, at first it seemed like Mercedes had the upper hand in these conditions, but then, okay, and there goes Yuri's tire. But then the 2 Red Bulls swept in and gave each other slipstream, although I don't think Benjamin got any slipstream. But
Oh,
yeah,
and a lot of people saying Ben blocked Ismail there. But qualifying results, Legend SV5 is on pole position once again by 0.2 of a second over Tim Wendick, who had a very nice lap indeed. VRT Benjamin is starting third position for the Red Bull outfit. It's followed by Ismail, who ended qualifying with a tyre blow. And then it is Kerem in fifth position, the second Turkishman. On the starting grid, Eor Bo in the Ferrari, he'll start in sixth with 1:11.8, another good result for the Ferrari team, being best of the rest. And then Sam D will start in seventh. Charlie MG in his first debut here in A or C, he will start in eighth position. Bushel will start at ninth for McLaren, and then Yuri will be starting last. Sorry, 10th. It's last in this session, however.
so I just checked the race director, and it said everyone used 2 sets of inters except Benjamin. So Benjamin may have an advantage in the race, although
That's available according to his brother, who has just said that in the stream chat. So let's see how this goes. Then we're getting ready on the grid for the formation lap. It's Felix, it's this time again. Who do you think is going to win?
well, that's a tough question. Well, we know that Legend is quite quick in the rain, but also is Tim Wenting and Benjamin. So I think they're gonna challenge Legend, but not succeed in challenging him. So I think Legend will win today after a few, yeah.
And can you see a surprise comeback from anybody? We've seen a couple of drivers down the order. We've seen Felix 1, we've seen Evian Magical Alonso. Can you see anybody having a surprise comeback today?
I think Alex Bomberg will do. He's usually quite good at comebacks in equal leagues, although this isn't an equal league, so he might struggle a little bit more than he usually does. Although I don't think it will hold him back that much.
As Kerem is racing Legend on the formation lap, he's now leading the formation lap. So Legend to win, and Alex Bomberg to have a good race, according to Felix. Let's hope Nick Pankhurst's internet holds up today, because he really has. He's disconnected at least 5 times from Canada, and France, and he's hit the wall.
Yeah, France he disconnected as well. I think Kerem's just practicing his breaking points and such, as he has no assists, so it's more difficult.
So that is a very good point. Let us know in the stream chat who you think is going to win, because it's always nice to see different people's predictions, different people's opinions. As we are rounding into sector number 3, the excitement is probably building for some, and the nerves for others. Mike Hennig and Jackson will be starting with cold tyres, as they have been disqualified from the formation lap.
So, I think only Ismail has underfueled. No, Wushel has underfueled. Dart FIFA. Jackson and Mike Hennig I can't see.
So, here we go. The excitement building up. Somebody saying ball prediction, Bow podium. There's a Kerem win in there. Somebody asking us how many finishers there will be. I'm going to go for 12.
I'm gonna go for 15. It's realistic cars. It's spread out most of the time. So
is that a car backwards on the grid?
No, I
There's
don't think.
There's a Haas backwards on the grid.
Wait, where do you see the Haas backwards?
If you go on board with Alex Bomberg or Steve, the Jackson 55 is backwards on the grid.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's on X-Felix 1 spot. What's happened there?
I don't know. I imagine he'll be popped around.
Is he still
for the race? He's facing backwards.
Where I can't.
He's into slot now. Here we go. 4, 5 red lights here in Austria. We go racing in Styria. It's good getaway from Legend, but Tim Wendick has also got a good getaway down into turn 1. Bo is already attacking Ismail, who's got a dreadful status. There's gone back to turn 1 with Sam Daviste and Yuri. Everybody through fairly cleanly. Dart Fever's around and into the wall. There's carnage there as Dart Fever has spun. And now up the top of the hill we go. There's a graphical glitch. Tim Wendick is going for the lead. Legend pushing him wide, just like we've seen Max Verstappen do in the 2019 Austrian Grand Prix. Can Benjamin get involved in this? Side by side, down the straight we go. In Austria, into turn number 4. Tim Wendick takes the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix, but runs very wide as Benjamin's got to get the position. Ismail might look to challenge here as Karem got a very good start. So did Bo. Charlie up into 7th position, down 1. Sam D currently under attack from Wushel. Stephen Jackson up 3 and 4 positions respectively. Nick Pancras into 15th position as TRT Isaac running miles off the track. As Legend pulling.
FPL Magic Alonso on the gravel there. He's rejoined the track quite safely. There was no one really that close behind.
With, TRT Toppy team, however. But FPL Magic
Legend into
the Legend.
Oh no, never mind. It's a glitch. Oh, we love the graphics here.
Thanks, graphics.
Yeah. Wow.
Is there any attacking going? Benjamin is looking to attack Legend. Of course, I have no idea what the gap is because
Yuri is going down inside on Wushel, side by side still, and so he takes the position.
He's got it done. As Dart Fever's out of the session, he has retired himself in the pits. So a non-finish for the Ferrari team as Nick Pancras looking to take 15th position of Ashy Boy. He's been probably praying his internet keeps him in this one because he's on course for a good result. Felix 1 is up into 11th position from the start. That's only up a position, sorry, as Jackson, the man who was backwards on the grid, he's had a good start here.
I think he went up 1 or 2 positions.
He's gone up 5.
Oh, 5. Okay, well that's way more than I thought. That's great. That's a great start.
I say we didn't comment on the formation lap, but the strategies did say all intermediates. I don't think that's going to be true. This is very heavy rain as FPL Magic Alonso is looking to regain some spots on TRT Toppy team. We'll keep an eye on that one as Alex Bomberg has found a way past Nick Pancras. You predicted Alex to have a good race. He's on course for it so far. As we head back up to the front of the grid, there's not much happening, although Benjamin is keeping with Legend here. That's important.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't go for quite a good undercuts aren't that good as he runs wide.
Oh, Ben!
Tim Wenton goes past.
Lose the position to Tim Wenton.
Does Ismail go past as well? He's using overtake. And
here he goes. Really outside for Ismail. Not clever in the dry conditions sometimes. Not clever in the wet. He's going to try it up the inside possibly.
Thinks better of it.
Ben will keep the position. So that is both Red Bulls making a mistake. And this lets Legend pull the gap as Ashy Boy and Alex Bomberg having a nice little scrap in the middle sector.
So Alex Bomberg not that far up the grid just yet. Look at the gap he's got to him in front. So a comeback might not be possible today for him.
No, and Bo, he's losing time rapidly to the back of Karem. But of course anything can still happen. We've seen 2 mistakes from the Red Bull so far as Ismail might look to make a move on Ben. No, Ben's got a very nice exit there.
FPL Magic Alonso though, down inside on top of your team and gets the move relatively easy, although he gets a little bit of a slide there. But so did
Top team's going to be attacking the Renault back, but the Renault will have a slight straight line speed advantage. In the straight, FPL Magic Alonso, he keeps the spot for the time being and he'll be looking to get past Jackson. As Ben, he's not pulling away from Ismail too much. He is out of the exits of the corners. Ben is just getting the traction nailed as the gap up the front is 2.1 seconds between Legend and Tim Wentic. So, dropping back the order. Jackson is keeping with the AlphaTauri Felix one, which is it's good because the Haas of course is a slower car. Interesting.
And there we see Kerem using his overtake, going past Ismail here.
Oh,
Mercedes first Mercedes, but Ismail fights back.
Ismail, but Kerem is on the outside. Ismail gives a little bit of a squeeze. Oh, there was contact there. There was the side pods were rubbing against each other as Ismail hooks into the slipstream. He's going to try something down the inside maybe, although Kerem is most likely going to defend the corner. Yes, he will. Ismail, there's no gap there. He's trying to force his way past as Kerem gets oversteer and nearly pushes Ismail into the wall. He pushes Ismail into the gravel, and I imagine there'll be an angry man in the cockpit of the Mercedes after that one, but there's nothing Kerem could do.
Yeah, I don't think it's just a little bit of a racing incident, so nothing much to worry about there. As Yuri, I was gonna say he's close, but then he almost lost the car and lost about 6/10, maybe even more.
So the gap at the front is 2.7. That is increasing very quickly, and that's increasing too quickly for the Red Bull's liking. Of course, Tim might have hurt his chances of a win here by going for something drastic on lap 1. As Yuri is still trying to find a way back to Sam D. Alex Bomberg fastest lap with a 1:10. Is that glitched?
I don't think so, but this is FPL Magic Alonso. Oh yeah, then it's glitched. FPL Magic Alonso is going past. Did he just make up?
He's past Jackson. So he's dispatched the two Hasses. As seemingly there's a lobby glitch, according to the stream.
No, I think he's trolling.
Ismail can't see Kerem.
Oh.
Seemingly.
Well. Alright. But then why was he defending again? I don't
think that one's worked out there, Bullinger.
Yeah, it didn't quite work out. I think the Red Bull boys wanted a restart.
Yeah. That one hasn't worked. We're on lap 7 out of 36 as Ben is he's looking to attack his teammate. 1.1 seconds. Sam D can't see Charlie's front right tyre.
That is quite funny.
Somebody's trying some funnies tonight as FPL Magic Alonso has got his way past Felix 1, heading into that corner. That is 3 positions into that corner now for FPL Magic Alonso, doing a great job. And Kerem has desynced, yes, totally. Anyways, at the pace they're going, Kerem's lapping faster than Ismail. So Ismail will have absolutely no worries in that front. As I wonder, has Legend desynced now as well, as Tim has picked up a 3-second time penalty? Wonder is that due to the lobby glitch?
I think Tim lost a bit of time there. Because
okay, seemingly genuinely there is a problem with Sam seeing the front right tyre of the Renault.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that game-breaking or race-breaking.
That's not that bad, like. But it would be interesting, speaking of these two, if a battle develops, because they've been running on similar pace for the whole race, and one of them does make a mistake, we could see somebody pouncing.
Yep. Who's that in lot? Isaac is almost getting lapped already. Is that his...
Oh, yellow flag, it's the McLaren.
Yeah, Ashley
Boy's out of the... He's out. Has he hit the wall? Yes, he has. There it is there. I'm surprised that's not a safety car, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean... it's parked quite...
It's in a safe enough position.
Dangerous. Yeah, I guess so. It's safe enough. It's on a straight, so... But we've seen straights, incidents on straights in the real season, so...
Yeah. Let's just pray something like that doesn't happen. As Bo is catching Ismail. Ferrari man doing an awesome job here. He's currently running 6th. His teammate is out of the race after an unfortunate incident on lap 1.
Bo's really pushing now. He's using quite a lot of overtake, but so is Ismail, and Ismail still has low fuel mode, whereas Buyruq doesn't. As Buyruq locks up a little bit and goes wide, not that big of a deal, but it does cost you a little bit of time as he loses 3 to almost 4 tenths here.
Seemingly there is a genuine glitch. The glitch's legend is pulling away too fast.
And Tim is in P2, which also was...
Oh.
Tim's not doing donuts on his soft tires.
Yeah, and Ismail isn't in the wall, so that's probably wrong as well. Sam D, now 8 tenths behind Charlie, so he is definitely gaining on Wushel, is gaining on Yuri. That is a very obvious corner cut Wushel. Gonna have to avoid that in the future laps, as Ben has passed him.
I think that was, that must be
team orders.
Yeah. As I got a few messages on Discord saying Yuri can't see anyone, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, let's see what happens when he's coming to try overtake Sam D, because this should be fun if he can't see anyone, considering he is using overtake to try catch up. As Sam D is really caught up to Charlie, this is a nice battle developing between this trio, the Renault, the AlphaTauri and the Racing Point. 3 very different cars, but they all seem to be on similar pace today. Yuri not settling in that Racing Point. I'm sure you would have liked a dry race today, as a lot of the drivers prefer those conditions. Felix went on the grass, seemingly.
Yeah, I guess so.
No.
What?
Tim went on the grass.
Yeah, Tim went on the grass. Yeah, no, you said Felix.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm too used to saying Felix. Felix won. Speaking of the man, he is 3.9 seconds behind Steve, who is 3.7 seconds behind Wushel, who's also catching up to Yuri.
Oh, wow, I didn't see that. But yeah, there seems to be a good battle developing for P7, that is. And Buyruq lost some time to Ismail, actually, so...
Yeah, he did. Ismail has, he's still gaining on Karem, as Wushel is really gaining on Yuri. He's having a great few laps here. Wushel was doing really well until he did get that puncture last week in Paul Ricard, but
ooh, Legend with a 3-second time penalty. That is not good for him, though he does have the gap.
Actually, I'm going to check the warnings. Ben has none. Karem has 1. Ismail has 1. Bo doesn't have any. And nobody else has any, really, to be honest. There's 1 or 2 there, but nobody else suffering with corner cutting. That's because you kind of want to keep off the curbs. Some parts of this circuit in the wet. Yep. Sam D closing in very slowly on Charlie. Charlie just of course gets those exits, which is what is the crucial factor.
As some drivers are wondering why it's not getting restarted, well, I mean...
Nobody's actually proved to us that there's a lot of
yeah,
glitch.
Exactly. But yeah. I think Yuri's streaming most of his races, so we can check, actually.
Actually, I'm going to check that now.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
I'm not sure
he
if he
streams on Twitch, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh yes, there it is. Oh, he stopped his stream.
No way.
Yeah. It's either that or my internet is very bad.
Wait, what's his
MNT_Yuri, of course, signing for Team Mentalism today. Did Yuri?
MNT_Yuri. Is there any...
I said there was really no battles on track as of now. There's people getting close, such as Yuri, the man we're talking about.
I can see his stream. Let's check.
For me, it says an error has occurred.
Oh yeah, it stopped.
So here he is now. He's trying to attack Sam D, but in actually the image on the stream, it is an image of him on lap 12, and in front of him you can clearly see Sam D. So that one hasn't worked.
Oh,
that one has not worked at all. As TRT Calvin getting past Mike Henning, of course TRT Calvin has made a pit stop. So has... No, sorry, Mike Henning hasn't. He just isn't on lap 12 yet. As Sandy and Yuri now within a second of Charlie. This is the only real battle on track. As Yuri's actually received a 3-second time penalty.
Interesting. There's not really much going on.
No, there's not really. Rushel now attacking these three as well. This is going to be a crucial battle for the lower end of the points. They are all currently sat in the points, but where they are in the points will matter because, of course, P7 has a lot more points than P10 does. As Yuri is going to look to try something on Sam D. The Ghost Man, seemingly, he's not he hasn't tried anything too crazy yet. As TRT Isaac picking up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As, it looks like Ismail he's keeping with Karem here. He's not dropping too far back. Which, it's good for the Mercedes, because he might be able to attack late in the race.
I guess so. I wonder what percentage the drivers are on at the moment.
That's just what I was going to ask, because Tim Wentick has now picked up a second 3-second time penalty. I'm going to check if...
Yuri's into the pits.
Oh, Yuri in the pits.
I think he broke too late there. No, it's just on time.
He just gets it nice and... stopped, and I'm actually going to check and see if any of the other drivers are live streaming so we can get an update. And the percentage here is Yuri in for his pit stop. He's going to come out ahead of Toppy Team, I imagine. Or, no, he's going to come out behind him. He's going to come out well ahead of Alex Bomberg. So we might start to see some drivers pitting now. There's Sam D actually falling off the back of Charlie a slight bit. So is Rushel. So maybe Sam D is he's either A, saving the tyres, or B, struggling with the tyres. It could be one of the two.
It's interesting. I think most drivers will go into the pits this lap. As we see one of the Red Bulls, that is Tim.
Yeah, it's Tim Wentick. In the pits for his stop, so we might start to see some stops now. And remember, these are all going on a used set of intermediates. Oh no, they did have one fresh set available, but if they need to go on another set later in the race, they will be they'll be old.
These inters seem new though. Maybe he's only driven a out lap.
No, these ones are new. I got that completely wrong. These ones are a brand new set.
Yeah, apparently he's brand new.
As Mike Henning is currently being lapped as there's a bit of a battle here between TRT Calvin and Nick Pankhurst, although I think Nick has disconnected because
yeah, look at the brake inputs and such, and he's using overtake mid corner for some reason. Yeah, that looks like an AI to me.
Yeah, that's an AI. Let's see, does VOT Benjamin pit? He doesn't, he stays out. Karem currently running in third position. Let's see. No, as Sam D telling us that.
Boyard's going into pits, but he's not extending. Okay, well, he is extending a little bit. But not.
You've been requested to show who has pitted as well, by the way, just by a few people in the comments. Colin Davenstay saying he's not really struggling, the Renault is just way faster on exits. Yeah, the Renault is a much quicker car. Wushel has no, sorry, Sam D is into the pits to make his mandatory pit stop. Let's see where the AlphaTauri will slot out. I think it's... Oh, Jackson also in. As, I think he's going to get out in front of Toppy Team. Toppy Team having a big slide on the exit. Yuri is currently behind Toppy Team. Of course, Toppy Team not pitting yet. As no, Sam D is going to come out behind these two. So Yuri has got the undercut on the AlphaTauri, meaning he could possibly get the undercut on Wushel and Charlie, as well as FEL Magic Alonso. We haven't mentioned him in a good few laps. He is catching up as Yuri's gone for the dive on Toppy Team here. And with much fresher tyres, a quicker car, and overall...
I think Legends is going to be held up by Benjamin here in the pits. Look at that. Is he going to get held up? Yes, he is.
Karen's hit the wall in the pits.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Karem has hit the wall in the pits. Just got to let Tim Wentick maybe to catch up to Legend, because Legend, of course, as you said, was held up now. It's not.
I don't think the damage is big. I don't see any scratches on his front wing or anything.
No, I think it was more of a tyre collision. Or he could have caught it. I didn't really quite catch it too well. As Wushel and Charlie both into the pits. This will be interesting to see. Can Yuri jump these two in the pits? Because he was battling with them. Here he goes. He has got them. As we see the AlphaTauri Sam D looking to get past Toppy Team as well. As Charlie, yes, he comes out behind Yuri, and he comes out ahead of Toppy Team. Sam D's going to look to get it now. These two are battling. We're going to go 3 wide up the hill. This is very bold for Sam D. He's going to try and go around the outside of Charlie as well, but Charlie keeps the position on the exit, and he's of course going to have that much better straight line speed. The ERS situation is fairly similar, as Sam D is burning a lot more. He's going to go for it round the outside, down into turn number 4 is the AlphaTauri. Charlie defends absolutely beautifully, and Sam
he goes
D's
around
got a good
the
exit,
outside.
though.
I don't think he'll make it work.
Charlie is going to keep this one as Ismail is into the pits.
As Wushel's now caught up to Toppy Team, looking to make a move stick. Will he do it before the penultimate corner? No. Well,
Ismail
maybe he
has
is.
come out. He's come out well behind Karem. He has. Oh no, he hasn't actually. He's come out quite close. He has only lost 0.3 of a second. As FEL Magic Alonso was in the pits, the battling between Sam D and Charlie might have helped FEL Magic Alonso here. As only now seemingly is the pit window open. So where is Magic Alonso going to come out? He is going to come out behind Wushel. How far behind? Not by a lot. He's gained time there, as Alex Bomberg is up to 12th but hasn't made his mandatory stop. Felix 1 looking to get a run on Jackson, but of course Sam D also looking to get a run on Charlie.
As he goes around the outside of Jackson, but Jackson, does he outbrake himself? No, he takes the corner quite well.
No, Jackson he's nailed that one.
Yeah, that was great defending.
He's going to get a good exit. He's going to have to go the long way around, whoever is the AlphaTauri man, around the outside for Felix 1. No way past the brick wall defender of Jackson 55. As Yuri is now 2.3 seconds ahead of Charlie, so that undercut worked beautifully.
Sam D is chasing Charlie still. It's not really... Well, he can't really get to him. He can't get it within 0.5. He's now dropping back a little bit more.
As Alex Bomberg now the last man to make a pit stop. Sorry, Mike Henning has indeed there, but he's in AI car as FEL Magic Alonso's picked up a 3-second time penalty. Is he being put under pressure? No, he's just trying to catch Wushel, who is trying to catch Sam D, who's trying to find a way past Charlie, who is trying to keep with Yuri. Although Yuri isn't extending the gap over Sam D. Sorry, over Charlie. So that is something to note.
So yeah, well, Yuri still has to extend the gap to at least 3 seconds to be able, or to clear Charlie at least. So then he could get
yeah, he
P7.
does. Sorry, he does have that penalty.
Yeah.
Ismail has gained a good few tenths on Kerem. 6 tenths of a second now is the gap between Kerem and Ismail.
Ismail using quite a lot of overtake. Karam has a little bit more. It's quite deep.
Whoa,
on
late on the brakes for Ismail. That was quite close between the Racing Point and the Mercedes. Kerem gets a much better exit. And Ismail's not going to get this one in this lap as Felix 1 has picked himself up a 3-second time penalty. So, not great for Ismail. Let's see. Let's keep an eye on this one, because Ismail could try something on Kerem. If he tries something drastic, and it all goes wrong, that might equal a safety car, as Felix 1 is trying to find a way past Jackson. He's going to try the long way around at the top of the hill, gets a much better traction exit and goes round the outside. Beautiful job by Felix 1, leaves Jackson squarely.
Ismail's really close. Look at that. He's 2 tenths behind. Just
as
for turn
Kerem has much more ERS, however, Ismail has burned it by a lot.
As what's that indicator in the bottom right for Ismail? Is that to pits?
The spanner, that is his pit window is open.
Alright.
All these drivers actually pit really early. The pit window was lap 19.
Yeah, but that was... maybe they're expecting heavy rain at the end of the race, so...
Yeah, that could be. As Ismail might try something on this lap. It would be bold. Yeah, no, he's too far back. Didn't get the run he was hoping for. Although he is going to attack his fellow Turkishman very soon, I imagine. Down back to the battle between Charlie Samdi and Wushel. FEO Magic Alonso has now joined the train. Wushel is now closer than ever on Samdi. And this is going to be a fairly interesting remainder of this race here in the Red Bull Ring.
Yeah, it's just quite static at the moment. There's no real movements between.
The gap at the front is only 3.4. Legend has a 3-second time penalty, leaving that's only 5 tenths.
Oh yeah, I quite missed that, to be honest. He lost about a second during the pit stops, so... Can you check Benjamin's warnings? So.
Oh yeah, I can. Let's see.
And maybe Legends as well. Maybe he's close to a 6 second.
Ben has none. Legend has 1 after the penalty. So Ben much more consistent than Legend as a current, as Kerem is starting to pull away from Ismail.
Wushel is looking to make a move. No, he's not. He's turned down.
He might try to get a...
his ERS.
He might try to get a better exit than Sam D here. This is inviting...
oh yeah, he gets a much better one. Sam D...
to complete the Renault sandwich. Here comes Wushel. Sam D, however, gets good traction, but it's not as good as Wushel does. Is he going to try something into this corner? No, thinks better of it. Good job from the McLaren to keep a steady head and not try anything drastic, as Ismail picks himself up a 3-second penalty that gives Kerem a 3-second buffer.
I think that's Calvin getting lapped now. Yeah, Calvin is getting lapped by a few cars. And he's weaving.
This is going to give Ismail DRS. Oh, sorry, he would have had... No, it's wet conditions. There's no DRS.
Oh, yeah, I fell for it as well. Samdi's fallen out of the 1 second window of the DRS, which is not here now, as we just learned.
So the see, when you're commentating, you just get so used to calling the within 1 second the DRS window. But of course, it's not here. Wushel, however, is here in terms of on the back of Sam Davistay. So let's see what he can do as Calvin picks up another 3 seconds. He's nowhere. Calvin in this race, he Most likely going to finish 16th because he's 18 seconds behind his teammate and he does have 2 penalties, I believe.
Yeah, so Ismail got a 3-second time penalty a little while ago, which is not going to help him at all. And the gap between Legend and Benjamin's increased just a little bit by a tenth, yeah.
Bit of a slipstream Ben is going to get for him. They're lapping Alex Bomberg, because Alex Bomberg's had a little bit of a slide into that corner. So, Legend... I'm going to check Legend's warnings again to see, did he get another one? Because if he got another one, that just proves he is very inconsistent. He didn't, and he is currently lapping. His last lap was nearly the exact same as his fastest lap. Fastest lap of the race is in the hands of Alex Bomberg, but that is glitched. Because there's no way an Alfa Romeo could do a 110. As one of the F2 drivers asking for somebody to do a backflip.
Well, I can't do a backflip.
I can't either. I wonder could Wushel. I wonder if Wushel gets too far to the back of Sam D, will he end up doing a backflip?
Would be interesting, but I don't think we'd like to see that.
No, Wushel, he deserves a good points finish. He was on course for a good points finish in Paul Ricard. Got a puncture, on course for a good points finish here. And doing a backflip, I'm pretty sure it would be, would not be great.
Most definitely not. Ismail's caught up once again. So yeah, yeah,
he has. Within 5/10s, he does have that 3 seconds, however. I don't think he will pull that over Karem in 10 laps. But anything's possible. As Bo's running a very steady race in 6th position. Ferrari will be very happy with that.
I think he has it in the bag, to be honest.
6.8 seconds to Ismail and 16.9 to Yuri as the battle between Wushel and Sam D. Oh, Steve is 8 seconds behind Wushel. I wonder, did he have a spin?
I think he's in AI.
Oh yeah, he is. He's ghosted. Oh, so that's not good. I wonder.
Can you invite him back? Maybe.
Yeah. Yes, I can.
Well, that's unfortunate. I think he closed about an 8-second gap with his undercut, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna.
Really well.
I think it's raining harder at the moment than it was previously.
I wonder, will we see any? Why has my mind gone blank? Any wet weather compound tyres? I think Steve has got back in. No, he hasn't. So Wushel has no threat behind him now, as Steve is losing time drastically to X Felix 1. As I got no notification that Steve left the session. I don't know if you did.
Yeah, I haven't got it either. I don't get notifications at all. I
haven't got any either today. So we'll wait and see. Although Wushel is now 5/10 of a second behind Sam D. Steve has got back in.
Alright, that is good to hear.
So, let's see what Steve can do. Can he pull something magical back from this race? Of course, the DNF would pop him into the points positions, which is what he wants, of course. As the battle between Ismail and Karem is heating up here. Ismail getting closer and closer to Karem. I cannot tell the exact time because the delta has gone.
Ismail's still on low fuel.
Oh, yellow flag, it's Steve.
It's Steve, no. Oh, I think he's rejoined at the exact wrong time, so he got released and then from his AI, and then he that's it.
Oh, he's got a 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits. He's just pulled to the right hand side. I think he's had enough. Yeah, he's left the session, I think. I think he's just had enough, which is just really unfortunate for Steve.
And
But
Bushel's
Ismail
still
very close to Krem here. I think he might try something, although Krem has more ERS. But Krem did get a big slide out of that corner, although the racing point has a bit more straight line speed than the Mercedes does here.
Yeah, it's because Karam still had more than 10% of ERS left, so he had more power.
Ismail's had a slide.
Yeah.
As Legend is currently lapping Jackson. He has pulled a gap over Ben to now 3.8 seconds.
I think
so.
As Mike Henning is getting lapped by Karam and Ismail now. Is that the second time?
That was the AI of Steve. Sorry, Steve is actually still driving, I think. I can't tell.
I think he's just driving her home to the pits.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if he, if it's him driving or if it's the AI driving.
It's definitely him.
Bo has that. Yeah, it's definitely him. As Bo has, yeah, he just retires in the pits. Steve is out of this session. No points for him today. As that will promote Felix 1 up another position into 11th. It will give everybody up a position once they do pass him on the lap he was on, which they will, because we still do have 6 laps to go. Pressure now on Charlie in the other Renault, who has been doing a great job defending so far. Somebody asking how many warnings are the top 5 on? I can check that now. Legend to his next penalty is on 1. Ben has 2.
Ooh.
Tim has 2 penalties, but no warnings since then. Krem has 2. Ismail has 2 warnings since his last penalty. So that is the top 5. So everybody close to a penalty except Legend. Well, Legend has 1 penalty, but he's close to another.
Benjamin was completely out of ERS at the second straight. And he will be once again.
Again, the end of the straight nearly. He's just about managed to get to the end on 1% as Felix is lapping Isaac. So, no, Calvin. Yes, Felix is lapping Calvin.
Karam got really wide there. I think we can remove that, yeah.
Both running really wide there. I think
Ismail's damage. Ismail has damage on the left front and plate.
Yeah, he does.
So if Buyrock can catch up 1.3 seconds, he'll get P5.
Ismail might have to pit, however.
It could be.
And I'm just re-watching the stream just to see the track map, to see was there a yellow flag indicated while we were focusing on another battle.
I think there was.
I can't really tell if there was or not. But Ismail has damage, so there was definitely something that happened there. He hasn't come into the pits. Let's keep an eye on how Bo is catching, and he is catching. He's catching quite substantially. So Ismail might have ruined another good finish today, depending on what happened. It might have been a brake check from Kurt, for all we know. But it'll be interesting as Legend has unleashed himself. It's now 4.3. It's the gap to VRT Benjamin. Legend has really did a very, very good job. As Bo has a slide in the run to catch Ismail. Both virtual esports racing drivers, both now up against each other to see can he close that gap. As Ruschel still can't find a way past Sam D. He must be getting so frustrated at this point. He is in the quicker car. He's braked very late into that corner as Felix won into the pits.
I think that's just. I don't think he'll make that. We saw this in Canada as well. It didn't rain hard enough, and that's Ismail with 9 seconds of penalties.
So Bo will get this spot, no matter what. As again, that wasn't meant to rhyme. So we're going to keep an eye on Felix to see what the pace is like on the wet weather tyres. I don't think there's enough laps left.
Don't
Surely
think
not.
so either. Let's wait. Is oh, he's right behind Ismail, so we have a good comparison. Yeah, it's. I don't think it's wet enough.
No, it's not enough. Although we've seen Ismail do the exact same in Canada, get damage with just a few laps to go, and pit for wets. Although it's not him pitting for wets this time. Felix, however, he's keeping up with him. Of course, Ismail is in the Mercedes, so you're going to get better straight line speed. Maybe it is time for wets. Could we see anybody else chance it, possibly? I don't think there's enough laps left. It's a very short track. If it was Spa, I would say yes, go ahead for it. But it is Austria. Legend has started lap 34 out of 36, so there really isn't enough time left if you do want to pit for wets. Although Felix had nothing to lose, he was running 11th, he wasn't getting crucial. He may as well try something. Although, if one of these does DNF, he'll be kicking himself. He really will.
Yeah, I think so. He would have definitely gotten that P11, but the gap for P8 is really extended between all parties as the rain got worse. As we can see, it's just full wet now.
Charlie has found more grip than Sam, and Sam has found more grip than Rushel. Rushel's in the quicker car, you gotta remember. So Sam is doing a very good job in the AlphaTauri to stay ahead in the first place. And as a quick rundown on the penalties, just to let you know, the most penalties is for TRT Calvin and Ismail. They both have 9 seconds, so Ismail, he's gonna drop to P6 anyways. Yuri has the 3-second penalty, but there is it's actually only 3.6 seconds between him and Charlie. Has Yuri made some sort of mistake, maybe? Or
no, it was always like that. I think it was 4 seconds at some point, but Yuri's no assist, so he might struggle when the conditions change.
Yeah, so maybe Charlie might gain something here. If Yuri makes a mistake, this is Charlie's for the taking. But the gap between Ismail and Karem is just 1 second, and the chance of Ismail finishing 5th is pretty much gone at this point, because I don't think Bo's going to lose 3 seconds in 2 laps, unless he does. I might be jinxing him, as Yuri has had a slide there. That might be the mistake Charlie was looking for, to get back at Yuri here. This battle's been going on all race, yet we've only seen one actual attack.
And which was the attack then?
That was Sam D trying to go around the outside of Charlie just after the pits.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's gaining a lot now. So yeah, let's keep an eye on this, as Legend has started the last lap of the race. Unless he gets another penalty now, he has practically confirmed this victory. He's dominated all race. He really has.
Yeah, we'll just stay on board for now. So yeah.
Yeah, Ben and Tim both tried separate attacks, both made the exact same mistakes of running wide. And have both ruined their chances of a possible win here. But here we go. Rounding the final few corners is Legend SV5. He's gonna take a very easy win for himself. He's had to work for it slightly, but he's just been managing gaps the entire race. Through the second last corner, and through the final corner, Legend SV5 wins in Austria. What a great drive for the Mercedes. Just behind him, it will be VRT Benjamin, who comes home in second position, and his teammate Tim Wendick. He'll come home in third. It is redemption day for the Red Bulls. Graham will come home in fourth for Racing Point. Ismail tried to challenge, but he just couldn't. As Sam D is looking to try to get past Charlie, at a last lap gasp here, but Krem finishes 4th. Ismail comes home 5th on track, but Bo will get this one. Yuri then...
Oh, Samdi goes really wide.
Yeah, Samdi has kind of bottled chances there, unless we do get the McLaren looking for a scenario 7 moment. Yuri is going to keep this P7, I imagine, unless he runs out of fuel or something, which he isn't going to. So, Yuri keeps P7. Charlie's going to keep P8 on debut here in ARC. Great drive for Charlie. Sam D 9th, and then 10th will go to Wushel. So, it wasn't the best of races, but it kept us interested.
Oh, I'm bored. I'm bored. It was just like the Monaco Grand Prix. It was tense, but it wasn't exciting. Or the Monaco
really
Grand Prix in 2019, I mean. The real life one.
As a driver of the day is Alex Bomberg, so he did get the comeback he wanted, although he didn't really gain that much positions.
So yeah, that was the Austrian Grand Prix. Maybe it could have been a little bit more exciting, but it just wasn't.
Yeah, somebody is comparing it to Abu Dhabi 2020. So that's good.
Already. Interestingly enough, the whole top 10, only the top 10 didn't get lapped, so.
Yeah, and there was only 3 DNFs, so we were both wrong on the DNF thing. There wasn't even that many crashes, to be honest.
And Magic Alonso only retired because he got damaged by the AI. So yeah.
Yeah, so that was really unfortunate for Magic Alonso. Felix's gamble on the wet weather tyres didn't work. First position for Legend, second for VRT Benjamin. Tim finishes 3rd, then it is Karem, Bo, Ismail, Yuri, Charlie, Sam, Wushel Jackson, Tommy Team Felix, Alex Bomberg, TRT, Calvin, Nick Pancras, and I didn't see the rest, but I know the non-finishers were Magic Alonso, Ashy Boy, and that FIFA.
So, that was the race, and next week, I think, if I'm gonna check the calendar real quick. Next week is Britain. No F2 race though. So yeah, Britain's next. I think it'll be one of the better races, because Britain is just good for racing. So yeah, we'll see you next week then. And I want to thank you all for watching the stream. It may not be maybe it wasn't the most exciting race, but I think it was pretty tense, so